Hey guys, this is Rob Stanson from TISP Research and Development. I'm back. I had to go to jail for a little bit because I was driving out to Illinois and then I got pulled over by a sheriff and then they shot out my tires. I was just rolling. They shot out my tires for no reason. It was a little bit excessive force. The other sheriff drove around to my front and rammed me, and then I bumped into the back cop, or the sheriff, and then as soon as they were stopped, they busted out both my windows and then tasered me until I flatlined. I mean, literally flatlined, and and then they took me to the hospital and this and that here and there, but um, what was cool is they dropped the charges because they know they're in the wrong, excessive force. And besides, I asked God, I was like, come on, let me out. This they're bearing false witness, and so they released me, but at least I tested out my armor and without my armor, and so I have healed to like where they have to start all over from the very beginning as if you're from birth because they target you, right when you're being born, and then they target you and then break down your system slowly but surely, so that way you grow old and check out depopulation. And it's a long story. If you can comprehend that, good to go. Um, but they didn't weaken me. They didn't freaking. I mean, it was just like just another day. Um, but surprisingly, without my shielding now, I've gone so far that I don't. I only wear my shielding at night when I go to sleep. Everything else is normal. I still get a little bit of anxieties and stuff like that, getting out and stuff, but I mean, a couple of these things, and and you'll snap out of it and move out. I want to address the problems that we've been having in this 2I community with false information and as well as the leadership that that's just there for uh, I mean, yeah, however they do it, if you think they're helping, good for you. If you want to see more results and you want to see something really go on, for the good, and actually find the right people that are targeting us, I suggest you look towards me and help me out, and I'll help you out because you got to understand, the people that are targeting us are in the drone stars. Trump freaking let out a little whistle blow on accident, freaking saying it's Space Force up in the sky, which are drone stars, like I've been saying for quite some time. Um, and as well as some other clues that he let out. Um, we should go after Space Force. We should go after Revenge for Hire, especially. Revenge for Hire are a prelude to these perps above, and they're just a little side company that they decided to use in order to get revenge on people, and people pay for it, and so they make a little side cash. And so, I mean, I'm sure it's attached to DHS, but for the most part, Revenge for Hire, Space Force. I mean, come on, is there a recruiter? I There's no recruiter out there. There's a Marine Corps recruiter, Army recruiter, Navy recruiter, and Coast Guard recruiter, but there's no Space Force recruiter. It's much bullshit. They just renamed the All Seeing Eye. That's all they did. and it's the all-seeing eye that is targeting us, and it's the drug war as well. They're all mixed in the same because these drones sit in a concave setting, so at which in a concave you could see the whole globe from all around. Um, you think we're not at flat Earth, but pretty much we are, but it's rounded. They only use one side at a time. Um, if you can figure that out, I mean, I don't have to get in too deep about it. Um, I was kind of hoping that you guys, the TI community, because I went to bat for you guys. I spent what was it, 60 grand or 70 grand on my retirement on finding out shielding and healing for you guys, and as well as another 50 grand, $50,000 for the same thing, and as well as infiltrating this outfit. And I mean, these people are in San Diego. I mean, you could say they're wherever you're at, wherever, or your neighbors or this and that and here, but they're not. They're just the drone stars. You got to remember, people are easily mind controlled because in ancient times, because I went back in history, and I went back in ancient times just to figure this out for the most part. And in ancient times it says one must know thyself in order to make it through. And for the most part, you follow Dante's hell. I pulled out that way. You gotta climb the leg of the devil to pull out of hell. And in other points of the history, you got to take the quest for the Holy Grail, which I did, and I found it, and which saved my life. Jesus saved my life because I walked with him, and then he showed me who did it to them, and did it to him, and how they did it, and exactly like they're doing us here in TIs here today. And so I'm telling you, they're doing the same thing they did to Christ in these times, but it's called suicide messiah. Um, I listen to a lot of heavy metal, and a lot of heavy metal kind of like wakes me up towards that stuff. Which also, because I've been fighting, I said I would bring friggin' healing to the earth, to the world and stuff, to people, and this and that here and there. All the prophecies are all aligned, and if you don't notice it, then you're not quite free yet. And if you are as free as I've gotten, which is I pushed really hard to be enlightened, because I've had some girl one time, I was being hit so much, she said, "Wow, your aura is amazing." I'm like, "Wow, thank you." And it's because of them hitting my armor, the armor of God, and which is I created. And what I'm trying to push to make my point is that we should be looking at either new leadership, or that you try to get your leadership into getting into shielding. My shielding works. My grounding works. My lessons, my teachings, everything else will pull you out of your targeting. Fact. And if you got your community fighting, or if you're going after trying to sue the government, I mean, it's best to start with the little guys, the ones that are being employed, the private contractors. Those are the ones that are vulnerable, not the government. They are, because the government could just go, we're not responsible for them. And see, and then you have to jump over and try to figure out who you got to sue. We need this money, TIs. We need this money to shield our community, and we need this money to stop this, to be able to stop this, and we need to go after the right people. You understand? Even if we get the right people, and the targeting is still going, still we have made an impact, and we have raised enough money to shield our whole community with perfect shielding that works. My shielding, Magneto Resurrection, Magneto Tesla, sonic ears, which are in my ears now, radiation glasses, OZP glasses, helmet to sleep in, magneto, to sleep in, day cap like I'm wearing right now, freaking body armor. I'm telling you, in the beginning, you have to shoot like it's a madman and it has to be correct. Because if it ain't, you won't be able to get out from the hard parts for where you got to deal with all the mass torture, though keeping up, waking up, the heart palpitations. My armor god stops palpitations. The Magneto Resurrection and the Magneto Tesla stops heart palpitations. Um, Heart palpitations, freaking anxieties. You still got to deal with, but it's not as bad. Once you're enlightened and stuff with the armor, uh, uh, um, a lot of things, once you heal your brain, everything drops off. And if the energies drop off, or I mean the damage drops off, because magnets create healing, and healing, I mean, magnets create good blood flow, and good blood flow creates healing. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Um, and so with the Magneto, I have reverse polarity magnet helmet, and and that alone right there heals your brain. It took 3 months or 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days. And see, that's all I really needed to heal my brain. Every time they try to give me a heart palpitation or a heart attack, I put on Magneto, and it stopped it. It stopped it. I've gotten heart palpitations or attacks to my heart where my eyes had to be shielded. These are just radiation glasses. That's all you need. You need to learn how to ground your beds. You need to train your body to be grounded to the earth. You guys got to understand that. It takes about 2 to 3 months. Now, if you got to walk barefoot or moccasins, but quit wearing tennis shoes. You got to ground your bed. You got to have grounding mats in certain workstations where you sit at. Your couch got to be grounded. I'm talking workstation, your kitchen floor, your bathroom floor. I'm telling you, freaking a lot of places. And this trained my body to be grounded. And now my body grounds to like everything. And it's like this, and the energy flows off. I mean, I got this hotel bed room grounded right here, and it's working. I mean, you got to cut into your mattress and your box spring, but hey, you want to be comfortable, or do you want to feel the pain? Your choice. But you guys are going to have to change your whole ideas, your whole thinking. You got to roll with me. You got to listen to me. You got to change. You got to question your leadership, the leadership group. You got to tell them, hey, we want shielding. We want you to fund shielding. And on top of that, we want the right people, the lower echelon people. I'm telling you, don't go after the government. Go after the private contractors, people. And you got to know which ones. I got all the evidence. I got everything I need to sue them. I just need extra funding. I need some backing from TIs. And I need your guys' help. And we can get this going, and we can sue the piss out of them. Now, just wake up. Take my advice, and I'm the only thing that's out here that works. My shielding is amazing. All right, people. I miss you guys. I'm glad I'm back. Good thing they dropped the charges. And I'm hoping to hear from a lot of you soon. And I'm hoping a lot of things change, because, if the TI community's been hitting the same ground for quite some time and they still haven't broke ground, then maybe it's time to change the direction in which we attack, or which way we take our lawsuits to. Because I'm telling you, I know how. I'm a reconnaissance Marine from the Marine Corps. I know tactics. I'm an Aries, so I'm directly connected to the war god Aries. And so, bam, there you go. You know, you want to finish this war and finish it off for good and get it off your body and your family and everyone else you love. I'm your man. I'm perfect for leadership. I know how to lead, um, and facilitate. And if you can get Derek Robertson to start a class, so I can teach TIs how to shield and heal, and how to ground as well. I'm game. So it's up to you guys. I need your voice. Rob Stanson, TISB Research and Development.